Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so there's a concept that I've introduced a lot to you guys on this channel, and I've even taught you techniques on how to do it in the past, and it's a concept that's really hard to understand until you get there. And the funny thing is, once you get there, it's going to be so simple, so simplistic. You're thinking, man, all these years I've heard this lingo and these words, but I never understood it because I never got there. Now this video, I'm going to do, I guess, a different approach. Normally I try to help you to get there. This video is going to be, I don't know if I want to use this word, but I'm going to use it anyways. I just want you to have a basic visual or logical understanding of what I'm talking about. Because truly getting there and being there for any length of time really does take a level of commitment and working with someone like me to help you to finally get to this space. And I'll break this down in a minute. Okay, so one of the concepts that humans struggle with, and by the way, this concept has exactly to do with this thing I'm talking about. I don't want to use a word for it because I'm afraid it'll throw you into this ego kind of false reality. So for this word that I want to use right now is, we tend to experience something called separation. The challenge, I'm even going to even use the word, the problem is there is no such thing as separation, even though you feel it. Now I'm going to say the opposite. So what happens is you disconnect from yourself, and the way it's taught is like, well, there's this separation, it's this thing, and it's impossible to get to. It's not impossible because it's inside you. So when it begins is, okay, when we're little children, even after we're born, the way we experience life is, okay, an infant's brain, I forget the age, I'm going to make it up right now, I don't remember, maybe it's 8, 9 months or 12 months, but before that period of time when it's an infant, even if its mother's holding it, it thinks the mother is it. It looks at the mother's feet and go, oh, those are my feet. It looks at the mother's arms, oh, those are my arms. Even if a brother, sister, or father, or even a dog walked in the room, was 10 feet away, it's like, oh, that's my other arms and legs and head, etc. Like, it thinks everything is one. So if you study like child psychology, or not even child but infancy psychology, it's kind of a visual thing. Okay, let me give you another understanding of children or infants. So when you're a little infant, when you're first born for, I don't know if it's 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, visually your eyes can really only see clearly for about 12 to 15 inches, and that's to breastfeed and to bond with your mother, to look into her eyes while you're breastfeeding. It's got a tugboat on each side. So this does cause a very powerful bonding experience with your mother. And so it's kind of so I'm going to give you, so when I was learning a memory came up from childhood. Now I'm one of those people that has visual memories from not quite birth, but literally from the day they brought me home from the hospital. So when my dad pulled up the car, got out, he picked me up, he started walking me up the pathway to the front door. And I remember it was a sunny day, green grass, and our dog came out. It was a little puppy. I think it was 2 months old or maybe 4 months, something like that. And what happened is, when we walked in the front door, I remember as we got close, I thought he was going to smash me up against the top of the door frame, and all of a sudden, whoop, I was inside, and I was like, wait, what the hell? And the teacher's like, yeah, that's because your vision really wasn't that kind of, like, you don't have that much clarity when you have distance like that. So I remember thinking, like, how did I get inside and I didn't get hurt, like, by getting smashed up against it? Well, your vision's not quite that accurate, we'll call it. So all I'm talking about is, there comes a period of time when you get a little older, again, I forget the age, I don't know if it's 9 months or 16 months or 8 months or 6 months, but there's a period of time where you begin to realize, oh, wait a minute, that's dad, this is me. Oh, this is my hand. Oh, that's dad's hand or mom's hand. So you start to realize like, oh, we're not the same being. Like, we're completely different beings. So this is the beginning of the feeling of separation, okay? So as we get older, we actually, it's part of, I don't think it was this way a long time ago. I mean, I'm talking about even before, like way before Jesus Christ came. I think there was a time when it was very natural to be natural. Well, we are literally taught and conditioned and brainwashed to basically be divided and separate from ourselves. Our whole Western culture, that's what this is about. It's all about rules, structure, organization. And this is what the book of Genesis, the forbidden fruit, etc. was talking about. Like, the forbidden fruit is the tree of knowledge, which is about rules, structure, organization, which is the logical left brain. When you get stuck there, you feel this great sense of separation. And we are so intrinsically, I don't know what the word is, emboldened and embrazened in this, that we don't know anything else. So our cultures in the Western world tend to have a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety because, again, fear keeps that lower reptilian artery closed, or narrow, I should say. A little bit of blood goes through, but it gets so narrow it turns off your right brain, because the right brain needs a lot of blood, which holds oxygen and glycogen, which are the number one, number two fuel sources or food for your brain to function. So when that narrows, it shuts you down into the left brain and the lower reptilian brains, because they don't use that much fuel. Okay? So a lot of people run around with anxiety and panic all the time, and they think it's normal. Like, that's just their normal daily life. They don't know that. Okay, I had a client about 2 weeks ago. I just taught him very basic breathing technique, and he mellowed out. Like, he was like, wow. He goes, man, and he emailed me later, who would have known that breathing could be so powerful? I'm like, yeah, that's why people say to breathe. So separation comes from fear. It separates your left brain from your right brain, and technically also your lower reptilian brain. You were never supposed to be divided or separated from yourself. You were supposed to be fully connected. Now, when I say fully connected, I don't mean put your awareness up in your brain. It's really when you drop down in your body. When you completely let go, the doors open and your energy falls back inside you. Your awareness falls back inside, all the way into your chest, heart, belly, solar plexus, hips, groin area, all the way down your thighs, into your legs, into your feet. And this is when you're fully whole and complete. This is a whole, complete human being. So I'm going to get right to it right here by using this, I guess, phrase, maybe a sentence after that. So, okay, so life is not about solving. And that's what a lot of people get caught up in. So let me just say it. Life is not about solving. It's about seeing clearly. That's it. When you're trying to solve things, you're thinking, and the thinking is blocking your ability to know. And how you know things is when you have absolute clarity and silence inside. Therefore, you can just experience what's happening in the moment in front of you and with you. The most important teaching, the biggest teaching that I teach, is how to completely clear your mind, your heart, and your body. No thoughts, no energy, nothing ping-ponging around, just absolute silence. Nothingness. From here, all of a sudden, you can understand people better. So I call it listening to understand. I really should call it listening to receive, because understand is kind of a word that teaches you to think. I don't want you to think. I don't want you to have any thoughts at all. Just absolute nothingness. If you can receive words from people and allow them to come inside you, now you can understand what they're saying to you. Now you're fully receiving what's being expressed. And this is only done by having absolute silence and nothingness and clarity inside. All your chaos comes from your thinking. All the chaos, the confusion, the conflicts, misunderstandings, it all comes from what's going on inside, from thinking. If you can completely stop the thinking, completely blank out any visuals and any emotions and just completely allow everything to stop, now you're in the moment. Now you can fully embrace and understand and receive whatever you're experiencing. Now that's clarity. So I'm going to ask you a question, or I'm going to ask you to just imagine something. That's all I'm going to ask you. That's all we're going to do. I want you to imagine what would it be like if you had nothing going on in your head, no thinking, no images, just absolute nothingness, silence and stillness.
So I'm in Sausalito.
And then imagine that as you drop down into your heart and your chest area, it's the same thing. Complete empty nothingness, clarity, complete silence, and everything stops.
I don't know, I think it looks gorgeous.
And imagine that exact same experience drops down into your gut, your belly, your hips, and your groin, and your legs. Absolute silence. Like everything has just come to a full stop. Everything drops to nothingness. From this space, you'll be amazed at the abilities that you have. You'll be able to read people's thoughts. You'll be able to have a strong feeling and sense of what someone's thinking and feeling without them ever saying a word. All of a sudden, all these things that you heard about, things that you saw in movies, become real. See, the reason why a lot of people can't do this is because they're thinking, and that completely clogs up and blocks anything. It blocks your eyes, it blocks your brain. You can't receive when you've got all this activity, ping pong. Like you can't receive the energy, the information, the signals that are around you. And all of a sudden you're going to start realizing, wow, people literally speak through their body language. Like, yeah, they literally do. And when you have absolute total silence, you start to understand people on a much deeper level. You start to become aware of information and understanding that you don't know why you understand it, but all of a sudden this subject you've never even studied, you understand on a deep level, or maybe one section of it, and you're like, well, where did this come from? It's always been there. You start to begin to notice, how do I explain this, man? This is going to be a tough one. So for people who are really oblivious, they got a lot of ping pong and distraction going on, and a lot of noise inside their head. Animals could walk right up to them and they wouldn't even notice it. Or they wouldn't notice, like, okay, I've been watching a lot of those videos on YouTube, those little shorts, and it's at the King's Guard in England. I think it's called the King's Guard. Maybe it's the Queen's Guard. And there's that soldier in England on the horse. He's got his hat on and all that stuff, his uniform. And one lady will walk up, kind of ping pong, and the horse just like bites at her or like tries to push her away or gets mad. But then some lady, very calm, you can see that she's very serene. Serene, calm, and peaceful. But it's not just that, but her energy is open. And the horses will like lower their heads and put forehead to forehead, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And the more you watch, it becomes really clear, like, wow, look at this lady. You could tell the horse is not going to like this person. But this person is so peaceful and so serene, the horse is going to just want to melt into that person. Now, people that have a lot of static, a lot of noise inside, they can watch that and go, what are you talking about? You could show them 50 videos of 50 experiences where there's this really peaceful person, their eyes are clear, their eyes are peaceful and calm. But then this other person got this, the pupils are small, they're ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, looking up, look down, left, right, up, and they're herky-jerky, and their energy inside is just spinning like a madman. And the horses will bite them. The horses will grab their hair and jerk them around and and stuff like that. And they're like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, your energy's like you're pinging off the wall, and the horse doesn't like that. You can begin to communicate with animals simply by having a thought, and they'll suddenly understand. Okay, I was with my buddy Jeff. This was years ago. Jeff passed away about 5 years ago, but this was about 10 or more years ago. And there were these birds that were in front of us, and I think he yelled at them or barked at them or said something, and they didn't move. And I said, hey, go ahead and leave. And they flew away. And Jeff goes, what the hell? He goes, I sat there and yelled at them. They didn't. I was like, well, yeah, it's because you got to talk to them. But I don't really talk to them with words. Sure, the words might come out, but it's really through the energy. All of us have energy. Depending on, do you have okay, here's another word, a phrase that I used to hear for years, like, oh, do you have a clear channel? Like, what the hell does that mean, a clear channel? Until I opened up, I was like, oh, it just simply means what the beginning of this video was about was, imagine your mind is completely clear, your heart, your solar plexus, your belly, that's a clear channel. Animals tend to be in a space where they're more open. Now, there are some animals that are chaotic and they're not open, but I would say most animals, because they have to tune in and they have to communicate on this level because they don't have words like we do. So for the most part, because animals are deeply rooted into the earth, touching the grass, the soil, the earth, trees, all that, they're in nature, so they're in that part of their sensory system, and thus they have a clear channel. So when you learn how to completely silence and then expand your awareness all the way around you, you don't have that separation anymore. Here's the funny thing. The way it works is, when you get rid of the separation between you and yourself, which is your eye, which is your forehead, which is your logical brain, and now I'm going to drop my hand down to my heart. When you open the door and there's oneness, like a connection, and like almost like a tunnel or something that connects your head down to your heart and your body. Now you're at one. You have atonement. Because the door is open and now your awareness and communication flows. When you have that, now you have no separation inside. And all of a sudden, boom, you have no separation with the earth or the planet or the energy around you. Now, when you're at this space, you can notice like, wow, this animal is really calm. Or let's say you've got a mother with a child, and you can tell the mother, like, she's got a big smile and she's trying to be, in a good mood and proper and all that, but you could tell she's got so much tension inside, and her little child, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 year, 8, 9-year-old kid suddenly burst out screaming or crying, and because there's all this stress, it's not the child. The child's picking it up from its mother. You can also see this with dogs or pets, especially dogs. If their owner has really angry energy, the dog will express it. If the owner is really peaceful, the dog will express that. Animals absolutely pick up on your energy, for sure, 100%. There's no question about it. Horses especially pick up on it. They're very tuned in, but so are dogs. I mean, there's no two ways about it. And one thing is, a lot of women, especially the more feminine they are, the more they pick up on the energy around them. So if you're a guy, it's kind of funny because I got into doing this meditation, deep breathing techniques and all the stuff that I teach in my course for men, Cracked Female Code. I didn't get into it for that reason at all. I just noticed that the more peaceful I became inside, the more women were drawn to me, and I didn't understand what was going on because I wasn't doing anything. I was just, see, okay, I used to have anxiety really, 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 really bad. So I was meditating and doing, deep breathing techniques, and I'd do it for like 20, 30 minutes. I'd stretch for an hour. I mean, I would do anything I could to get rid of it, and I got better and better at it. So the goal wasn't to attract women. The goal was I wanted to get rid of the anxiety. I wanted to feel good. Well, one thing about women, most women are born using the right brain, which is the female brain. Now, they use the left brain as well. In fact, they're very good at using it, whereas most men are stuck in the left brain. They suck at using the right brain, so that they really have to learn that, which is what I teach in my internal awareness course during the Cracked Female Code course. So, my point being is, like, whatever your energy is, she's going to pick up on it. And if it's not pleasant, relaxing energy, she's probably not going to want to be around. So harmony in a relationship, harmony in a family really is, to some degree, or kind of a lot of degree, is is for the man to find this inner space, this inner silence. If you can bring this into your home in a very solid, grounded way, your entire family, from your children to your wife to your pets, will completely calm down. And yes, this is almost a third of the course. This is a core piece of my course for men, Cracked Female Code. It's really teaching you different techniques, internal awareness techniques, on how to emotionally ground yourself. I promise you, you do this, your family, your wife, your girlfriend, or the girl you want to meet will feel really, really comfortable being around you in your space. So here's how life works. It's allowing you, showing you, teaching you how to meet you. And that really is what this is all about. It's allowing people to meet themselves first. Once you can truly meet yourself, be with yourself, the phrase meet yourself really is what it is. Then you can meet the rest of the world and the people around you. All of a sudden, you will see people for who they are, and you'll know you'll have a best friend since childhood, and you'll finally look at them and you'll realize you never knew them. In fact, their eyes, their face, their expressions, you're going to look and be like, I never noticed that. Like the way they are, the way they look, the way they talk, their tone of voice. For the first time in your life, you're like, wow, like, so this is who this person is. So it's not about changing other people. It's not about what do I do to her to make her like me. That's external. That's literally the wrong way. When you learn how to come back inside and connect with yourself, all of a sudden you have not only a knowing of yourself, but once you have that knowing, that allows other people to know you as well. And the minute you stop pushing yourself onto other people, the minute you completely stop thinking, all of a sudden it allows people to get to know you. Now they can know you. Now they can see you, hear you, and feel you. They can get to know you. It's kind of I don't know if the word's an odd dichotomy, but it's like once you know you, now other people can know you. So once you get rid of the separation within you, all of a sudden the separation between you and other people is gone as well. Between earth, between energy, between animals, between everything. All of a sudden it's like this wall is lifted and now it disappears everywhere. And now there's this sense of oneness with everything. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, it is a series of techniques that you will have to practice and develop and get really good at. I will also use my energy to guide your energy. I know that sounds crazy, but I had a client recently be like, wow, I've heard this stuff before and I've done the techniques, but it didn't work. It's the energy behind it that allows you to go deeper. If you want to learn how to do this, this is what I've been specializing in for over 30 years now. If you want to really begin to develop this on your own, I would say silent time. Go walk in nature, in a forest, on a beach, in grass. Really be in nature and connect with nature. See, even that word connect, what is that? Because when I was younger, what do you mean? It just get out there. Take your shoes off, walk in the sand, walk in the grass. Go on trails, be around trees, be around plants and whatever, the ocean, the streams, the creeks, whatever, the lake. And do not bring any kind of computer device. Do not bring music, nothing. Just see, the longer you're in nature, even if you're only out there for about 45 minutes from now, you start your energy, your brain waves begin to calm down. Go jump in a lake, go jump in a river, go jump in the ocean. That the water, the minerals will absorb through your skin, and that'll help you to connect. If you get in the ocean, the salt is really, really good for you. It breaks down negative energy that's connected to your outside of your body. The electrolytes, the salt, the sodium, it connects with you. It really helps you to suddenly just feel connected. Another one as obvious is deep breathing techniques followed up by meditating for 30 minutes or more with absolute nothingness. The goal is nothing. So if a thought starts, you start to get caught up in a thought, you just have here's what you do. You don't try to stop it. You just have an open, expanded awareness of it. So allow your awareness to expand out around your body, and then just notice, where is that thought? Is it in your chest, your heart, your solar plexus? Is it in the front of your head, the top of your head, the side, the front right? Just notice where it's at and allow it to unwind. In other words, don't try to see, if you try to stop it, it'll go faster. Just let it go, and eventually it'll spin out and float away. This is a practice. It is an art. Another one, if you don't have an ocean around you or salty water, buy some sea salt. Pour about 3 or 4 cups of it into a bath. Now I say cups, not whole containers. 3 or 4 cups, a little bit more if you want, into a warm salt bath, and because that'll again break down the energy. If you don't have sea salt, use regular salt. So another thing you can do is you can go onto YouTube, and there's certain kind of music. I call it Hertz music. So you've got like root chakra healing music. I'm literally going to quote it right now. Root chakra healing music. Let go of worries, anxiety, and fear. It's chakra meditation music. Another one is 852HZ. Let go of fear, overthinking, and worries. Okay. And another one I do on there is I do like the fire stuff. So this one says extremely powerful fire meditation, balancing solar plexus chakra. So for me, the fire really helps me calm down. I'm feeling upset or whatever. And so when you listen to the crackling of the fire, it really calms you down. So all of a sudden, you put my headphones on, or actually Apple earpieces, whatever these are called, and I'll lay down on my bed and I will play this music kind of low, not too loud, because when you kind of start to fall asleep, it seems louder as you calm down. Because what's happening is your mind starts to quiet down, it starts to slow down. So I wanted to give you those tips. There's obviously a lot more. The internal awareness techniques take quite a while to teach you how to do each one. But if you want to get started on learning how to do that, we can walk through a session each time we talk. We can teach you one technique and we build on it. So get a hold of me. If this is something you want to learn how to do, we'll do like a package deal where we can cut the price all the way down, say 50% off, because I normally charge $250 per session. Remember, once you find the silence within, now you'll know and you'll be able to see. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button, click the bell, go ahead and make a comment, and if you want, you can go ahead and click the like button. For those of you who want to go ahead and make a donation, there's a PayPal link right there in the description. Right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.